Good day, guys, and welcome to Just EMG Schools. And today we'll be starting with our first class, and it will be an introductory part to sound, as it involves musical instruments. So, what comes to your mind when you hear the word sound? From the stroking of a guitar, to the playing of a piano, to the hitting of your plate. Sound is diverse and it's dynamic as well. So, briefly, we'll be going into the major aspects of sound. It consists of input and output. Now, the output involves what brings out the sound which you take in. From your microphone to your guitar to your piano to your saxophone. Your output consists of your speakers, be it a floor monitor, be it a line array, be it a top speaker, be it a sub speaker. As long as anything that produces your sound. Now, what are inputs? Now, input helps to transmit the sound which you are taking from your equipment, which can be a microphone to a piano to a keyboard. It helps to pass it through consoles. And examples of these consoles, we have the mixer, whether analog or digital mixer. We have the equalizer, we have the crossovers, then we have the amplifier. And all this together makes for a good sound. Moving quickly, and before we delve into the input, I would quickly want to make a point about our output production. For our speakers, we have what we call the passive speakers and the active or powered speakers. Now, what's the difference between an active speaker and a passive speaker? Well, an active speaker is a speaker that has an amplifier and a crossover built in. Means it can be, the knobs can be toggled manually. It means with a powered speaker, you don't need an amplifier. The good thing about an active speaker is the fact that it does not require an amplifier to function. You just plug into light and it works. While for a passive speaker has to be connected to an amplifier before it can work. So with this already been established, we'll go into input production, our input consoles we talked about, and the first on our list, which is our mixer. Now, the work of a mixer is to mix sounds individually and sends it to the equalizer, the crossover, and then the amplifier amplifies the sound and sends it to the output. With this duly noted, I would say no console is greater than the other, for all work together for a perfect production mix. Because if your mixer is not well balanced, or your equalizer it's not well fine-tuned, and your crossover and your amplifier are not in synergy, then you get a very poor production. And one of the things that gives sound engineers issues, it's number one, feedbacks. Yeah, feedback is a major problem when it comes to sound production, because the beauty of a song is the fact that the lead vocal can move anywhere he likes without actually getting his mic to give feedbacks. Because if you have a vocalist actually singing and based on what he's singing is having feedbacks, he won't enjoy the music. So one of the things to take note as an engineer is to make sure that you avoid feedback. Like I said, feedback is one of the main problems, though it might not be a major, but it's one of the main problems that occurs during sound production. Because imagine singing a worship song like "We give you all the glory, we give you honor," and you're having feedback. Ooh, yeah, it will be an issue for the minister actually working, and attention will definitely be directed to the sound engineer. Like, aren't you hearing that? Like, it's causing a breach in what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to connect, man. Yeah. So one of the things we should take note is how to properly handle and manage feedbacks. Yeah, we'll be talking about that as the class progresses. But quickly, before I cut this video now, I would speak about the lows, the mids, and the high as it involves sound production. The lows, the mids, and the highs have specific functions. The highs brings out the brightness and the clarity in your music. The lows brings out the depth. To God be the glory. Yeah, you have your low taking care of that. Then your highs. Praise the Lord. Yeah, you have your highs trying to work on that. Why your mid? What's the function of the mid? We've always been hearing about the mid and we just turn it to any level we want. But the major work of the mid is to give the naturalization of the person singing. It makes you know that, oh, yeah, this is my voice. Because there are some productions whereby the singer is telling you, this is not my voice, it's not sounding like me. So the mid helps to a very large extent take care of that. As regards our consoles, both the mixer, the equalizer, and the crossover all have their mids, their highs, and their lows, because everything being set together to work well. Because if you have your crossover, for instance, dealing with the lows in your sub speaker, and you have your equalizer also dealing with the lows, the mid, and the highs, and you have your mixer finally dealing with the lows, the mid, and the highs, that would give us a very perfect production. And with the amplifier helping us to amplify the sound and giving it loudness, we are good to go. We are good to go. Trust me, as a sound engineer, once you know how to toggle these things, you have a perfect mix.